Welcome to Titan HST's Business Continuity Today, hosted by Todd DeVoe, where planning meets reality.
Good morning, good afternoon, and depending on where you are at in this fine world. And yeah, welcome to 2023. Happy New Year to everybody, and I hope everybody has a prosperous and wonderful New Year. Although starting off this New Year in California, not in Southern California, in Northern California, we're having lots of flooding. I don't know, the EOCs are activated up there today, so I hope everybody is safe up in Northern California. The Northeast got pummeled with snow, and then it got warm and things are melting. So hopefully everybody is recovering from that event on that very, very, very white Christmas, and welcome everybody to 2023. And it got me thinking when we're looking at what can we plan for, right? What are we looking at for 2023? And, as the business is constantly evolving, companies must be prepared for a very wide range of challenges in order to ensure continuity of their operations. So in 2023, like any other year, we should really start reflecting forward and look at what we're facing. And there's a number of challenges that we should take a look at. So one of the most significant challenges of business today, for the business continuity, that is going to be the continued impact of COVID-19. Interesting enough, people are still getting it, right? Even though it might have fallen out of the news cycle. And we're seeing some stuff, obviously regarding another strain that occurred over in China. And I know that the government right now is working hard to keep infected people from coming back over here, but I think it's almost impossible at this point. As we know from 2020 going into 2021, and if this breaks the way it looks like it might, the pandemic may disrupt supply chains again, causing widespread economic downturns possibly. So preparing for things like this, and it may also again forcing businesses to go back to remote work. And for those who are in remote work, still today there are challenges that you have to face. So, and also businesses may have to close their doors for various reasons. Another challenge for business continuity is to increase the frequency of natural disasters. And we've seen this over the last few weeks, right? We've seen the huge snowstorm that hit the Northeast specifically, and in the Buffalo, New York region. And we're seeing, large storms here in California with rain, flooding. And as a matter of fact, here in Southern California, it's a windy and rainy day as well. So we're seeing these occur. Hurricanes are increasing, earthquakes, we have volcanoes blowing up all over the place, which are causing issues specifically in the atmosphere regarding potential weather issues as well. So yeah, there's a lot of challenges facing business continuity professionals today. One of the reasons why remote work and the growing trend for remote work is critical for us to take a look at is we have challenges that are associated with cybercrime and cyber hacking. Are the people who are working remotely, is their network secure, right? Have they changed their password for their Wi-Fi? Can somebody drive up and break into their Wi-Fi at their home? Or they're working remotely at. So it's a little bit less secure than, say, at your office. And how does that impact, like, what networks are happening that impacts having somebody from home, having somebody break in, not necessarily from their home, but break in to their computer and, hack the company's files and whatnot. What are you looking at for? What kind of safety issues are you putting up there? Now, I'm not a computer guy. As far as cybersecurity goes, I've talked to a lot of people who have a whole bunch of concerns when it comes to computer safety and the remote network. So those are some of the things that you have to take a look at. What investments are you looking at? Are you investing in hardware for remote workers or software that can help prevent hacking? And it's, again, I think the attitude that you have to have as business continuity professionals, it's not going to be a matter of if somebody in your company gets hacked, it's going to be when they get hacked, and what are your processes that you have in place specifically for your data recovery. What do you do with malwares? What do you do with being held hostage, if you will, with your data being held hostage? Those are some of the ideas that you have to have in the back of your head. I know you all have done this before because cybersecurity issues aren't new, but we're just looking at those challenges that we need to look at when you are projecting forward for 2023. Finally, business, you need to start adapting for customer behaviors and preferences, right? Such as technology advancements, regulatory changes. What has your local government done? What has your state government done? What is the federal government doing when it comes to regulatory changes in your business? What are we looking at again, internationally speaking? What's happening between the Ukraine and Russia? What's happening with China? What's happening in other parts of the globe. Shipping how's that going on? The other day I went to Costco, and they were telling me that there's an egg shortage going on. Now, that might not impact you personally, but if you're a restaurant, that can impact you tremendously. So looking at things like this that are outside of what you would think are normal issues, maybe inconvenience for the regular people like us as far as eggs go. But if you're owned a breakfast business, that egg shortage can really impact your business. So paying attention to those issues that are happening around the globe, I think, are critical as well. And this could be a challenge. It requires business to constantly evolve and innovate in order to stay relevant, right? And companies have to quickly be able to adapt to changes in the market that will be better for them. And that's what we do as business continuity professionals, is we help our organizations stay relevant and be flexible in the market. Overall, challenges for business continuity will be diverse and varied. From ongoing impact of COVID-19 pandemic to the increased frequency of natural disasters, cybersecurity, and other threats to businesses. So it's time to break out the old SWOT analysis, take a look at this, give a nice projection for your organization to see where you will be going for the next year of 2023 into 2024, I suppose. Like everything else, our job is to lean forward and to look at the potential challenges that are happening for our organization, and to develop a good product for our organization to be able to lean on and to start working through. I don't want to say we should be doom and gloom for sure, right? But we definitely have to be prepared for, and this is what we do. So everybody, I hope that you guys have a wonderful and safe and prosperous 2023. I know some of the things that I'm working on here with Titan HST. We will be producing a monthly series of webinars that are based upon incident management, based upon leadership, and giving some really great content. And our first one is this month on January 26th. I'll be putting some more information out regarding the webinar series that we have coming up. We also have, obviously, if you guys could share business continuity today with your friends and colleagues. And in addition, some of the white papers that we have that we'll be working on as well, that we'll be producing, and that you guys can grab, and other business resources that are on the Titan HST website. So please take a look at those, download them, save them, share them. Please sign up for our webinar series. You can find that on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter, where you can go ahead and register for our webinars. And again, this coming up one on January 26th is we're talking to the Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management from Washington, D.C., and talking about using technology for managing teams during crisis. And he was the guy who ran Washington, D.C.'s Emergency Operations Center and response to the January 6th event. So, he has some insight on what it is to manage during a crisis. And D.C. is definitely a unique place for other protests that happen every day there in Washington, D.C. So I think you'll find some great insight from Dr. Christopher Rodriguez from Washington, D.C. So everybody, until next week, I really please stay safe, stay hydrated, and have a wonderful and prosperous new year.